Hey, version 2.8 could decide who dominates your roster for months, maybe for the entire year even. So before you waste a single pull, we're going to tear apart the value of both upcoming units, Chisa and Buling, and see which one actually deserves your hard-earned resources. Because here's the truth, not every banner is made equal, and not every 5-star deserves your pity pulls. We're diving deep into numbers, synergy, scaling, and long-term investment to find out who's the real meta material and who's just dressed up bait. Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta po sa inyong lahat? It's really hard to gather enough asteroids, especially when you know that Wuthering Waves loves to release only premium limited 5-star Resonators. Remember though that you could also top up in order to get Lunites, and you can use my loot bar link down in the description and pinned comments to save up to 25% on your monthly Lunite subscriptions, Battle Pass, and Lunite top-ups. Loot Bar is trusted by thousands and thousands of Wuwa players with excellent Trustpilot scores. With their mobile DIY top-up, you can get the discounts without giving away your password. Now, if you use my link in the description and pinned comments, you can get an additional 10% off your first purchase. So yeah, give it a try, and thank you Loot Bar for sponsoring this video. Okay, let's start with Buling, our new 4-star Electro Resonator who'll be debuting in the second phase of version 2.8 along with the Queen of Coordinated Damage, Frolova, and her trusted sidekick Cantarella. It's been more than a year since Wuthering Waves introduced a fresh 4-star, so her arrival is a big deal. Buling is confirmed to be an Electro Rectifier user with a dual focus on healing and supporting. That means she fills a niche we've been missing for a while now. A reliable Electro healer who doesn't just keep the team alive but also boosts their offensive power. Buling's kit revolves around alternating between charge attacks that deal damage and heal allies. Her resonance skill pulls enemies in, creating a suction effect that makes combat rotations much smoother. Her resonance liberation is where the real magic happens. It deals strong AoE electro damage and can evolve into an upgraded state through her yin-yang harmony mechanic. This upgraded version creates a field that continuously damages enemies, heals allies, and grants attack and skill damage buffs to the entire team. So far, the numbers look solid. She provides an all-damage deepen effect and a resonance skill damage bonus buff, along with attack amplification. And if you manage to reach sequence 6, she adds more attack buffs for the entire team. These values place her somewhere between a healing specialist and a full-on offensive support, similar to how Verena functions in hybrid compositions. In essence, Buling seems built for utility and flow. She's not just another healer, she's someone who supports aggressive playstyles by sustaining your team while amplifying their output. The electro element also makes her a natural fit for characters who thrive on quick rotations and burst windows. This is perfect for Xiangliao and Changli quick swap teams, or even Xiangliao and Yinlin comps. Based on what I've seen, it appears this is where Kuro wants to position Buling. And of course, we have Chisa. She's the last of the Septimon characters to be revealed, and she's set to headline the first phase of version 2.8. Now, Chisa's design alone has been grabbing attention, but what's really intriguing is how her kit merges utility, sustain, and damage amplification. She's been confirmed to apply defense reduction to enemies, which alone would make her a valuable pick for nearly any team. But it gets better. Chisa can also increase the stack limit of negative statuses by 3, a feature that sounds small until you realize what it does for teams relying on debuff stacking. If that effect truly applies universally to things like Aero Erosion and Havoc Bane or Spectrofrazzle, she becomes instantly synergistic with characters like Zani, Jinshi, and even Cartithian Shakona. And that's not all though, because Chisa has a grouping mechanic and healing abilities, something that already cements her as a support worth building. And on top of that, she's rumored to bring 2 to 3 team buffs, with one already confirmed as defense shred. The others might range from damage boosts to critical stat increases or elemental amplification, which would give her the same kind of flexibility that made characters like Baisha or Verena must pulls for team synergy. Now, gameplay wise, Chisa has 2 distinct combat modes. Her primary form uses a scissor blade type of weapon, while her alternate mode lets her wield a literal chainsaw. The chainsaw mode functions like a power mode. Holding the attack button continuously drains her forte gauge while unleashing a rapid 3-hit combo. Once her energy is depleted, she enters a stalled chainsaw state. And that's where her unique mechanics come in. By plunge attacking and dodging before landing, she can pull in enemies affected by Havoc Bane, enabling smoother crowd control. Her scaling starts off support oriented, but her personal damage climbs drastically with higher sequences. At S2, she gains damage deepen bonus. At S3, her DPS potential starts becoming noticeable. S4 grants a universal all effect deepen, and by S6, Chisa can fully transition into a main DPS. So she's not just another support, she's a hybrid unit that bridges the gap between healer, buffer, and damage dealer. Now, for free-to-play players, this flexibility means she's a safe investment who will retain long-term value, especially since she naturally supports multiple archetypes. If all this information holds true in the final release, Chisa might become the most universally compatible support in the game. She buffs, heals, enables debuff stacking, and adapts to both aggressive and defensive playstyles. For players tired of swapping between too many niche supports, she could easily become the go-to option for multiple elemental teams. And when you put both Chisa and Buling together, version 2.8 starts looking incredibly promising. Chisa's release fills the role of an all-purpose Havoc support capable of buffing nearly every type of comp, while Buling introduces a long-awaited electro healer with offensive synergy. For players looking to strengthen their rosters, this patch will likely be one of the most balanced in recent memory. And if the early rumors and gameplay demos line up with the official release, we could see a shift towards multifunctional supports dominating the meta again. So, who should you pull for? If you value flexibility, Chisa is the clear winner. She's shaping up to be a powerhouse who works in nearly every team composition even without high sequences. And on the other hand, Buling provides value through accessibility and simplicity. And for a 4-star, that's kinda rare. She's easy to build, easy to use, and her buffs will likely stack well with higher rarity characters. My best advice though is, unless you are really going for Prolova and Cantarella, don't force it with Buling. Maybe if you really like her, yeah sure, go for it. There are so many healers already in the game, and Cantarella offers more utility and healing anyways. So if you need a healer, wish on Cantarella's banner and hope Buling comes home. Prolova on the other hand is a must for players, and getting Buling in her banner is a huge bonus perk. If this video resonated with you, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell for massive version 2.8 gacha luck. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I will see you in my next video drop. Goodbye.